On this episode of the Best of Bias podcast, you got your boy back in the building. You already know what it is, episode 236, I believe. But don't quote me on that. You already know what it is. Back with a lot to talk about and a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna rush nothing, but I'm gonna tell you right now, this ain't gonna be the longest podcast in the world. I got a new method here to keep it a little bit shorter, a little bit more condensed for y'all. I got a little plan. But anyways, we got sports to talk about, a little bit of pop culture, and some anime, man, some cinema corner, some little something to talk about. But episode 236, season 3 is the Best of Bias Podcast. Lydell Dinero, and we back. You already know what it's time to do. Let's get to that theme song. No long talking. Let's do what we do here, man. Let's get right to the news. Yeah, where that theme song at? It's right here.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias.
What's up? What's up, everybody? It's the Best of Bias Podcast. Welcome to another episode of the Best of Bias Podcast, y'all. Welcome. Sorry, my nose is a little stuffed up. I'm a little under the weather, but not too under the weather to come talk to my people. You know what I'm saying? Do a little something different today. You see me looking over here a little bit. It's not dual cameras. I'm actually doing the pod on the Best of Bias Instagram Live, a little method I'm trying to do to get the people involved, especially when I'm doing solo pods and people ain't got to wait for the episode. If they want, they can watch it directly on live. I'm not going to post it, obviously, because we got some editing to do and some things to do to get it right in the long run for the final product. But if you guys are stumbling through Instagram and you see the Best of Bias podcast on live, you might be able to catch a sneak preview of how I record this thing every week, how I get it done, just what everything looks like in the background, and just a ultra special sneak peek for the people. You aren't able to do it all the time when I have guests because you're not always able to hear them if they're not in the building with me. But like this is a little bit more of an intimate experience, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try it for a little bit as I get into all the topics, but hopefully everybody had a good week. You know what day you're listening to this on. I even got to announce it to you. Don't matter what day you're listening to it on. But I'm glad you pressed play because you could have been anywhere else in the world listening to any other podcast, but you chose to click the play on the Best of Bias podcast, and that's the best place to be. You know what I'm saying? New listeners, if you're tuning in on the Instagram for the first time, you know what we do here. We bring all the bias to the table, talk a little bit about everything in the pop culture sphere, and we bring it to the table and just give our own bias about it. No matter what you feel, just bring that bias and we're going to discuss it because we want to hear how everybody feels, and everybody's opinion does matter at this table, especially when it comes to pop culture and the things we love. You know what I'm saying? So welcome to the family if you're new here. If you're here every week, welcome back. You already know what it's time to do. Yeah, let's get right into it. Sorry, live. I had to pause y'all for a second to put on the do not disturb, but because I don't want to get any messages. P Nate, I'll be on Call of Duty in a minute. Yeah, start that timer too. So yeah, so we'll be there in a minute. You know what I'm saying? P Nate will be there. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be all good. But firstly, hope everybody's doing good today. Hopefully on this weekend, this weekday, whenever you listen to the pod, that your mental health is good, your health is good, health is wealth, man. There's a lot of crazy shit going on out there in the world as far as like diseases and new viruses that people are creating or or that's my conspiracy hat, but or catching. So you always want to be careful. Just make sure you're getting checkups. I know people are scared of the doctor, don't want to hear bad news. Sometimes, the mojo is created once you actually do go out there and get checked up. But health is wealth, and I always like to tell everybody before I start the pod, you know what I'm saying? Make sure everybody's mental health and regular health is good before I start. But yeah, man. Thank y'all for being here again. If you're on the Instagram Live, this is a new thing I'm trying to do, get the pod going on Instagram Live, especially when I'm in here by myself. Just to get everybody knowing what I'm doing, how I do it, a little intimate view. I'm sorry again on the pod. I'm repeating that. I'm just letting everybody know what I'm doing when they come in. But a lot of stuff to talk about. We got sports, we got some cinema corner, we got some pop culture. I know everybody out there is watching Paradise and stuff, a little bit of NBA stuff, a little bit of NFL Combine Pass, some Buccaneers and Nuggets talk. Of course, that's what I'm gonna do because you already know what I do out here. You know what teams I favor. So, but I'm fair. We'll talk about some Warriors, Lakers. They're on the rise too. The Roach and Tank fight. We got a lot of stuff on the docket. So as people trickle in, I'll go ahead and just let them know what we got going here. But firstly, Tank and Roach. I think it was what was it, Lamar Roach, and of course Tank David. Davis, excuse me. Very interesting fight, man. I am just now kind of getting more so into boxing. I am a casual, I will say that for sure. I don't know all the boxers in the world, but I do watch boxing. I like combat sports a lot, and I like to, root for. I wouldn't say I am a front runner and want the champions to win, but me personally, I like the fighters that are actually on streaks and are known for, knocking niggas out, being good at what they do, actually go out there and prevail and keep the winning streaks alive. You know what I mean? It's something I do enjoy. Tank is kind of known. People are kind of bashing him right now for not really fighting bigger names. They want him to fight somebody notable. We know that he's this knockout artist. He goes in there and brawls everything that he needs to do. Everybody that's put in front of him, he goes out there and takes care of. But you know what I'm saying? People still want to see him fight bigger names. But I don't know. Tank is kind of small. I don't think he'll ever fight Bud or anything like that. He's too small for Canelo. David Haney and Shakur. Uh, I don't know, man. I don't know if those will ever happen after the whole Ryan Garcia debacle with Haney. And then who else is it? Uh, Errol Spence after his accident, hasn't really been the same. So a lot of the bigger name fighters, man. Uh, they're kind of, going outside a little bit. I know Bud's been beating everybody. We're gonna see if he actually fights Canelo. But Tank Davis has been the draw for, the time being. Everybody Tank fights. We're on Tank's side, hoping that he walks through him, knocks him out like he's supposed to. This fight he fought here, me personally, I didn't know much about Roach coming in. I thought he was just another fighter that was put on the docket to fight Tank, and Tank was either gonna knock him out easy or just kind of just get beat up a little bit like he usually does, way out the fight and towards the sixth or seventh round, end the fighter, body blow or something, or knock him down, knock him out or something like that. That didn't happen with Roach. I didn't know the background of Roach actually being Gervonta's Tank's friend and them growing up boxing together. So Roach was ready for what Tank had. You know what I'm saying? He was taking his punches, shoulder rolling, countering. The jab was crazy, getting through on Tank all day. Usually when fighters fight Tank, they kind of try to stay away from his power and not try to, throw too many straight jabs in a row or too many rights in a row, because Tank is a counter puncher. He'll come back and knock your lights out. But Roach was able to stand in there, eat some of Tank's punches, tag Tank a lot, score a lot of rounds. He won a lot of those rounds. It was kind of controversial towards the end because they did end in a draw, though a lot of people thought Roach won because we didn't really see Tank get tested the way that he got tested in that fight. Usually he kind of, handles his business and again knocks out the fighter. Even if he is getting touched and beat towards the end of the fight, he does end up winning the fight by knocking the guy out. But it was interesting. It was interesting to see, especially with the whole kneel down situation, taking a knee, and we not knowing what it really was. Did he get hit? Did he take a knee? Was he hurt? They say it's the hair grease. I don't know, man. I ain't never had my hair braided. I don't know how it feels. I mean, I kind of do know how it feels because I'm a guy that had waves back in the day. I ain't gonna lie. And if you black, you know what I'm saying. The pink oil. You remember pink oil? They used to tell you to wash that shit out before football practice or some shit, because that shit get in your eye, it'll tear your ass up. So I kind of feel them when it comes to it, because if you have braids that are almost in your eye already, mixed with some sweat and the oil, it could fuck you up. But I don't know, especially when you got somebody throwing hands on you, like Roach was throwing hands. Yeah. I don't know. A lot of people didn't like that either. You know what I mean? And the fact that Tank wasn't able to finish Roach. And Roach was scoring so many points and winning so many rounds, and for it to be that close, you might as well, in public opinion, Roach did win the fight. You know what I mean? So Tank was able to hold on to that belt, and of course, a rematch is coming, which kind of leads to kind of us putting on our conspiracy hats again. It's like, was Tank really giving his all? This is his friend. Was he just letting them stay in the fight so they can, have the rematch already scheduled to go? You know what I'm saying? So Tank can avoid fighting anybody else. But we'll see, man. I'm sure the Tank will probably knock him out next time. But I was really impressed by Roach. If you guys saw the fight, I would love to hear how y'all felt about it. Boxing, you know what I'm saying? I love a good boxing match because, you never know, man. Boxing has been kind of dominated by the Paul brothers, and people like that have been trying to take over the sport, and the celebrity boxing and all the views are coming from that. But we have all these boxers here that are champions in their divisions. They won't fight each other. Hopefully we'll get them out here to fight each other. Bud and hopefully Canelo end up fighting. this card that's this is it this weekend? Devin Haney is fighting some dude. Ryan Garcia is fighting is it Romello? What's dude's name? We got some good fights coming up, but I think fighters should fight not only because they're getting paid and the eyes are on these big tickets now, these big cards. Um, but I don't know. I just feel like what else do you have to lose? I mean, you got people going out here that aren't professional fighters going out here making a bag to just get knocked out by Jake Paul. If you guys are two good fighters going out there to put on a really good show, I think the market will get pumped up for that. And that's what Dana White is kind of trying to do as well. I don't know if he's getting involved in boxing now, but I know that Dana White in UFC always is responsible for putting the best cards together. There's no slouches on any dockets. They're making sure each weekend, if not every other weekend, they have a fight with fighters that'll drive views, and I appreciate that. I wasn't really, I heard about boxers, Mike Tyson, Holyfield, everybody back in the day, but I wasn't really involved like I am now as far as watching and being a viewer, spectator. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm not really the boxing purist. Again, I'm a casual, so I don't know how it used to be back in the day, but man, it looks like, it's had a little revival since Mayweather stopped fighting. And it's time now for us to find another fighter to latch onto. I mean, we see Canelo out there. Canelo's a great fighter too, but he has the same thing as Tank. People don't really see him fighting fighters that he should be fighting of his caliber. He's not really taking many risks, and that's the thing about the boxing game as well. Viewers kind of strayed away because nobody is really taking risks. Everybody's fighting safe fighters, and if you're gonna win every fight just by fighting fake fighters, nobody's gonna want to really buy your pay-per-view or spend their money to kind of support you. You feel me? So this fight with Roach and Tank was good as far as there was in there brawling, and for the fact that we didn't see Tank dominate, that was really good to see. Roach gained a fan in me and a lot of people watching. It was a good fight, but very controversial. And the whole hair grease thing is gonna go down on the lower. They'll fight again, and when they fight again, everybody will forget about it by then, anyways. But it was a good fight. Let me know how you guys felt about that. Moving on to the NFL Combine, we saw that this past weekend. Boy, the Combine has changed since I was fucking young watching the Combine for my favorite player to go out there and run for my favorite school. Ever since the NIL, man, I don't even know if it was the NIL. A couple of years before, man, the top prospects kind of all just stopped participating in general. I don't really know why. I don't really understand how it got to this, but Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, Mason Graham, like all the best players, Travis Hunter, the top players in the draft are not even going to do anything at the combine. I get it. The combine is kind of orchestrated just to put these guys on display and just kind of throw them out there as meat to these scouts to judge based on some fake numbers that they're doing in this testing circumstance that's not really that natural. A whole bunch of pressure induced kind of testing situation. They want to just skip it and go to their pro day where everything is kind of catered to them and they have everything under control. I get it. But I mean, we want to see, I guess that's selfish me that just kind of wants to see what's going on with these prospects before they actually get drafted. I think it really helped the prospects rise their draft stock, and kind of make people aware of who these players are. Nowadays, it's like, because, after the last couple of years, names are kind of forgotten in college sports. Basketball, for sure. A lot of names in college basketball, if they don't play for Oregon, I don't really know who the fuck you are. I know Cooper Flagg and some of the guys from Rutgers, Ace Bailey and them, but it's like, otherwise, it's like, huh? Only really pay attention or get to know players in March Madness. And after March Madness, the players that win the tournament don't really go on to the NBA anyways, because it's always, well, at least nowadays, it's the 4-year starters, team that got 50-year seniors on the team, all the veteran teams win the tournament. And then those players just go on to be basketball coaches somewhere. And all the teams that got the one and dones are out of the tournament hella fast. So it's like, we don't have time to actually even meet these players. But NFL wise, it's kind of like part of the season. Part of the responsibility of the season is to introduce us to these players, and they're all putting up their best possible numbers and stats to get drafted high in the draft. And it's like, after the season's over, if you don't win the national championship and your last game was days and days ago, or was some bowl game that didn't really matter, I feel like you should automatically be in the combine just to boost that draft stock. Because right now, I don't know. Everybody on Oregon that played for Oregon, me personally, you already know I'm gonna throw the Oregon stuff in there. I feel like they I mean, obviously they went undefeated in the regular season, won Big Ten, but we lost in the college football playoff. Just that alone doesn't get you high draft position. You still have to go out there and perform. Tez Johnson ran a 4.55. Just off of being Tez Johnson alone and doing what he did in the regular season, it doesn't automatically get you a draft position. You know what I mean? You got to go out there and perform and show that everything that was on tape is true by performing well. And if you are that type of an athlete, that should be no problem. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like this crop of college kids should not be skipping combine, should not be just going to pro days and trying to show what they have there. Because if once they get thrown into this NFL system with the big boys and they don't know what you got, these teams are going to be so pissed off. And you'll see a lot of shit like is going down in free agency right now of players getting cut that are not performing, that once were these high heralded draft picks, people that got paid big bags, but they just let them go because, you know what I'm saying? They didn't do their due diligence or they picked a player up based off a prior team success. I don't know. I don't know. And also, me personally, the combine could be good for you as well, just in case you do skip the combine and you get hurt in the NFL. The like preseason opening, like in camps and shit like that, they know what your ability is or your potential is based on what you did in the combine. A lot of people, Trayvon Walker from, did he play for, who did he play for in college? I think it was Alabama. It was Georgia, I think. Played for Georgia. Based on his combine is how he got drafted number one. He wasn't supposed to go number one in that draft, but he destroyed the combine. Everybody decided to take a chance on him because of his potential and his athletic freakicism. Don't use that. Whatever the fuck is whatever his athleticism. And that alone got him drafted number one. And that gives you number one draft pick money. You know what I mean? So it's kind of beneficial. I think a lot of the slack that Shedeur is getting right now is unheralded or unwarranted, I should say. He don't deserve that. Though he is arrogant, you know what I'm saying, kind of sure. I wouldn't even say arrogant, just kind of like sure of himself. We'll talk back to haters, and there are a lot of haters that trickle down from his dad, you know what I mean? So he is just, he got a little bit of money. NIL was good to him too. So, so he doesn't have to deal with disrespect like other people's used to have. People had to deal with disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, college players didn't make no money. You had to be the most humble person in the world. Your character had to be pristine. Any slip up can affect your draft status or you possibly making any kind of money in the future. When you cashed up coming into college nowadays, coming out of high school, being a number one recruit in the nation, getting paid millions of dollars just to step on a campus. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody's talking shit to you in the crowd. You don't have to be as humble. You can talk shit back. You can hold up a Rolex watch you got on your wrist. I don't think that's the worst thing in the world because some fans can be crazy as hell. Some people can say crazy shit. Media people, fans, other players, they can go up to you and say the craziest shit to you in the world. But rather than be sure of yourself and be like, nah, you ain't gonna do none of that. Oh, hold up your wrist. I've never heard Shedeur Sanders go out there and be blatantly disrespectful to nobody because I don't think his dad would allow any of that. You know what I'm saying? If anything like that ever happened, I think Deion will be on him right away, letting him know, nah, that's not what we're gonna do. He has a lot more class than that. But standing up for yourself, being sure of yourself, that's a little different, man. You know what I'm saying? Based off of his braggadocio, his mojo, that's how he's gotten so far in his career. From Jackson State, nobody expected him to be nothing coming from Jackson State. Then he goes to Colorado. Everybody's like, "Oh, this is a big Power 5 school. He's not gonna be able to be successful there." Though he wasn't super successful, he was able to put up numbers and do what he had to do with what he had. Colorado didn't have great offensive line or running game, so he was passing most of the time, which kind of put him in a peculiar situation as far as pass rush. Everybody, you bring the house against them, ain't nobody gonna block. You know what I'm saying? If the receivers or Travis Hunter wasn't open right away on a slant or a quick route, it was kind of hard to get the ball downfield. Though he was making long passes when he did have time, or even when he had to run around a little bit, he was creating plays himself. I think if they got the right people behind them, the right offensive line, Tom Brady, if you got him with the Raiders, Tom Brady was mentoring him before he actually was even, before he left Colorado. So I think Tom Brady will get the people behind him, have him right. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if Caleb can do it, I don't know why Shedeur couldn't do it. Though Caleb is, like, I guess you would say more athletic. I wouldn't even say that, man. I think Caleb Williams is in that Patrick Mahomes area of athleticism. He just kind of goes out there and does shit. He's athletic enough to make a little move or make somebody miss and be unassuming enough to, do what he needs to do. But I think Sador could do it. Buccaneers wise, of course, I can't talk. We're looking at some players. People are saying we're gonna take a receiver first round. I don't really want to do that because I know Chris Godwin's coming back. We got Mike Evans and we got McMillan. I like Trey Palmer. And some of the other guys. I don't know if we're bringing Sterling Shepard back, but I feel like we can go another year without drafting. Even draft a receiver later, but drafting a receiver first round is kind of crazy. I think we're getting a little too overzealous in that. Edge rusher, I do want to take an edge rusher. I'm just kind of tired of taking these project edge rushers every year and just hoping they develop over the next couple of years. I'm trying to get one of these edge rushers that's going to be a surefire first round pick and make a difference. You know what I'm saying? I know we're picking at 19. I'm hearing about the Ezrakus of the world, this Jahad Campbell's, he's a linebacker, edge rusher, middle linebacker hybrid. Mike Green from Tulsa is supposed to be pretty good out there. But these smaller school guys, I mean, sometimes the bigger school guys too, because we got Braswell last year, played at Alabama, and just because he went to Alabama didn't give him didn't mean that he was ready to start right away. And last year, he wasn't ready to start right away, and he didn't play much at all. So I don't want to draft these guys that are going to be projects that are never going to touch the field and just use up a first round pick for nothing. Let's get somebody ready to play now. Let's get a corner that's ready to play now. If you want to get a receiver, make sure it's the number one receiver. No project receivers. Get somebody Ibuka, Golden, or Tet McMillan. We'll take one of those guys. No linemen. We don't need that. A corner, do not take a project corner that you could have gotten in the second round. I get it. You like to go these small school prospects and surprise the league with that shit. No, we don't need that. We need a top prospect. Everybody else is able to draft these top prospects. Even, the name prospects, draft those guys. The Eagles do it every year and they pay off. The players may drop due to character concerns, but once they get on the field for the Eagles, somehow they're the best players in the world. So let's pick one of those players. Let's not be stupid. That's all I have to say there. But the NFL draft is coming up. I think it's in like 50 days, some hella far away. Combine, you have pro days, and then the draft to come up. But anyways, oh yeah, and Saquon. I mean, shout out Saquon real quick. I think he got an extension for $41 million, 2-year extension on top of the contract he just got to play for the Eagles, making him the highest paid running back ever, which is a big deal to me. Me being a former running back, I've always been fond of everybody's running backs on their team. First thing I look at when I go to their rosters, who they got at running back. You know what I'm saying? Who they got a quarterback, who they got at running back. Especially my Madden players know who I'm about to X factor in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, Saquon. Yeah, Saquon doing what he did, almost breaking the rushing record. If the Eagles wouldn't have held him out the last game to break the record, though, kind of would have been kind of faulty just because he had the extra game, blah, 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 blah. But doing what Saquon did, that backwards hurdle alone should have got him this extension. But I'm happy that he did that for the running backs coming down the pike. James Cook, Bijan Robinson, Bucky Irving, my guy. All these running backs that are integral parts to the teams that everybody seemed to forgot for a year or two, that the running backs can catch balls out of the backfield. They're the check down. The quarterback with the most Super Bowls would tell you that the running back is super valuable, especially pass catching running backs that also have vision that can be, you know what I'm saying? Now running backs, you got one or two running backs on your team that are necessary because you give the ball to the primary running back so much, they end up getting hurt. You're going to have a backup or two. You know what I'm saying? Why? Like how? I don't know. It was making me so mad each week they would go with the narrative of a running back being dead. I don't understand how a running back can be dead. It's like you're not going to throw the ball. It's a passing league. You're not going to throw the ball every play. It's not happening, bro. If you don't have a running game, your offense is dead. Nobody's just throwing the ball all day. Oregon runs the ball. Even I was going to say it's not Chip Kelly Oregon offense from back in the day where it's just spread offense and it's go 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 go. No. That don't work. You got to keep defenses honest. And if you have somebody that, have a team that passes every play and the defense can just pin their ears back and rush the quarterback, yeah, no. You need tight ends, you need running backs, you need everything now. So I'm happy that Saquon was able to do that, set the marker for the next crop of running backs. And shout out Max Crosby too. Tom Brady said, "Nah, we ain't losing our best player." There was rumors of Max Crosby leaving the Las Vegas Raiders, but they locked him up, making him, I think, the second highest. Yeah, I think he's the first highest non-quarterback in the NFL. And then behind him is Saquon. So there was some money made. You know what I'm saying? Free agency, I think, starts on Monday. So a lot of shit shaking up. Lockett got cut from the Seahawks. The receiver list of free agents is crazy. They're trying to trade DK Metcalf. You heard about Debo going to Washington. It's just wild out there. I'll report some more free agency next week, but it's getting crazy out in these streets. NBA, a little check in. I know you guys heard about the Lakers. I talked about Luka, and I talked about Jimmy Butler going to the Warriors. They're doing great right now, man. The Warriors have been on, I think they're 10-1 in their last 11 games. I think the Lakers have won 16 of 14 their last 14 games, or 16 of 14, 14 to 16. So they're on the rise after trade deadline. These teams are everybody's new favorite. Who would have guessed? You know what I'm saying? LeBron James and Luka together, their team netting like the number one defense. Jackson Hayes being netted the number one defensive center in the league now. Everybody on their nuts thinking that they're going to the finals automatically. Man, OKC, I hope you guys are hearing this. Everybody's trying to say the Lakers are better than y'all already. Disrespecting the Nuggets. I know the Nuggets have lost some games, but we're sitting there at the 2 seed, 2 and 3 seed, bruh. Like, I don't know how quickly people have forgot. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy Butler to the Warriors. Everybody thinks the Warriors are back in the championship circle and replacing Denver. I just don't see Warriors or the Lakers beating Denver in a series just because they don't have the center that it takes. You know what I'm saying? They gonna think that it don't matter now since they're playing so well, but wait until they play an elite center. All the elite centers are hurt. They triple team Jokic and beat us in the first time they played us this season with JJ and Luka on some press Jokic shit. Everybody bump them, foul them, make everybody else make plays, and nobody made those plays. So they beat us by 20 in our place. But we got some get back coming. Don't even worry about that. But I'll let everybody think that the Warriors and the Lakers and OKC are the teams on the West to come out. The Celtics, the Cavaliers, the Knicks. Let everybody. Well, the Knicks can't beat good teams, but let everybody think that that's what's going to happen in the NBA. I like it. I like being the team that everybody forgot about, rather than be the team that everybody thinks is going to win and is underperforming. So we're gonna play it a little under the radar. Steph Curry, LeBron James, though, the two older cats in the league are just shutting shit down. Steph Curry, don't think I didn't see that 56 the other day. Man, having Jimmy Butler, I think took so much stress off of Steph Curry. He's playing so much more free now. Everybody around him can play defense and can shoot a little bit. So he just come off screens and shoot, and just don't turn the ball over, and they'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? Can avoid the play in. I think they're headed that direction. And the Lakers, man, Luka and LeBron, they're kind of the same player in a way. Luka, obviously, just a way younger. LeBron, in a way, just because they play the same. Assists, point forwards, can score, can facilitate, really high IQ. It's just we're gonna see if the others can actually come along and perform when it gets, when it's ball sweat time. Pause. When it's playoffs and it's time when what's the word? When shit hits the fan, we'll see if they pucker up or if they're ready. You know what I'm saying? LeBron seems to be mentoring them in the right direction, but we'll see what happens, man. The end of the season is wrapping up, coming real quick because after the All-Star break, there's only like 27 games left, and we're well into that now. You know what I mean? So we'll see how their standings end. But right now, OKC, Lakers, and the Nuggets are tied. In the standings wise. Fourth place is Memphis. Fifth place, the Rockets. Sixth place is the Warriors, I think. Yeah. Seventh place. I think it's Clippers, and eighth is Minnesota. Playing teams right now, I believe, are Phoenix. No, I think the Kings were in sixth place. But anyways, it don't matter. Because all these standings and these games are so close, it's going to be flip-flopping so much. It's just it's going to be interesting to see. The West playoffs, no matter who's playing each other, it's all going to be a movie. You know what I'm saying? Right now, with the Nuggets in third place, we're playing the Warriors in that sixth seed. So that'll be a movie. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see what happens. But the Nuggets are playing well, man. Our defense needs to get a lot better. The bench unit is playing a lot more and a lot better, with a lot more confidence. Christian Brown, of course, y'all know what I said about him stepping up and replacing KCP this year. It's been seamless. We need him to be more confident in his three-point shot and make jump shots a little bit more because teams are leaving him and Westbrook open to shoot these jumpers. So we need him to make those shots, especially if they're going to be triple teaming and double teaming Jokic. Everybody that gets the ball off a kick out, off a swing from Jokic has to make their shots. We need AG to get healthy, get that ankle healthy so he can be back in that dunker spot and also pick up the best player on their offense, on the opposite team's offense, just because we need that. We need a stopper, especially you play somebody like the Lakers, with two players like LeBron and Luka. We need AG to stop one. We need PY to get healthy coming off a knee sprain to be able to stop one. Zeke Naji, who's been a godsend, actually wants to play basketball now, out there playing great defense. So I think once the playoffs gets rolling and we see who we're playing and we're able to get our feeding and hopefully we have home court advantage, I think we'll be all right. And again, let Kendrick Perkins, Stephen A, everybody put the Windhorse, Chris Broussard, put the Lakers and the Warriors up there, man. We'll just kind of fight and do what we got to do because we ain't done yet. We ready for another championship, but we getting closer and closer to the end of the season. I'll see y'all in the playoffs. I think they start in like April, like next month. Yeah, we should be getting there pretty close. But moving out of sports, start some pop culture. I don't know why I didn't start with this. I wanted to say RIP to Angie Stone, one of the greatest musicians we've seen in our time, neo soul singer, if you want to categorize her work. But musically, I know my mom and my family enjoyed Angie Stone a lot. The circumstances of her passing were really sad, sad to hear about, just sad in general, man. Everybody drive safe out there. Cars, we're hearing about all these plane crashes and stuff, but those motherfucking cars and vans and other people driving are just as dangerous, man. Because though you can be a passive driver, hella safe driver, you never know what that person's doing behind you. That person behind you could be the worst driver in America. So be safe out there, man. Also reach out to your loved ones because you never know when shit like this can happen. Supposedly she was heading to a concert or from a concert, and somebody released the information to the people at the concert, letting them know that she wasn't coming due to her passing. Hella unsensitive, just shocking everybody there, disgustingly. But I just wanted to share my praises to her. Um, I wasn't like listening to her day to day, but her music was in the zeitgeist. Everything she did, everything she touched, it was amazing. So rest in peace to her and prayers out to her and her family. Also, Gene Hackman, man, that shit was crazy too. Just hearing about his passing, him and his family and his dog. Really sketchy, really weird circumstances. Hmm, yeah, we don't know what exactly has happened. We just know that their bodies were found, I think, dead. And they're dead for a couple of weeks, all in separate rooms. I think Gene was in the bedroom or something like that. His wife was in the kitchen, and the dog was locked in the closet, and they were all dead. The wife was found with pills scattered in a heater by her head. Um, and it looked like Jean just collapsed. I don't know exactly what it was. People were speculating maybe carbon monoxide or foul play or them being poisoned. But it's like, why did they put the dog in the closet type shit? You know what I mean? It's just crazy circumstance, and I hope as time passes and people are able to do their evidence and their research, we can kind of find what's going on. Because again, they said the neighbors haven't heard from them, didn't hear from them for a couple of weeks. So when they finally did get into the house, they're finding the bodies that have been there for a couple of days, and the dog was dead in the closet. I don't know if it died from suffocation or if it was poisoned as well. And just the whole heater by the wife's head, was it to try to decompose the evidence faster, like to hide the smell? Like what exactly happened there? It's just sad. A lot of the times when these Hollywood people die, it becomes a public thing that everybody needs to race to figure out what's going on and what happened and kind of jump to conclusions and be the first to break the story rather than let the people kind of like rest in peace and let their families and the whole process take its course. Everybody just wants to be the first people to pop out and show, if you know what I mean. But rest in peace to their families. Rest in peace to all of them, the doggies. Supposedly, there's two other dogs as well that didn't die. There's just one dog, the German Shepherd, that was locked in the closet. So it's like maybe the people were scared of the German Shepherd. They actually killed him and locked the German Shepherd in the closet and died from starvation. I don't know. It's a crazy story. And I'm surprised, again, maybe if I do more research, I can find out some more details about it. But I'm surprised that this is not everywhere because it's kind of, yeah, they just chalked it up to natural causes type shit. Like, that seems fishy. Like, I don't know. If it was suicide, why are they all, if they self-passing, self taking their lives, why were they in different rooms? Why they locked the dog in the closet? Was it so they wouldn't eat the body? Yeah, I don't know. It's all kind of fishy and scary, but again, prayers to the family and prayers out to Gene Hackman, one of the great actors of our time. Um, yeah, that's sad, man. Prayers. The world is a crazy place, man. Protect your family, protect your house, lock them doors. Yeah, again, and if it was a self transition, if anybody out there, I need somebody to talk to, you know what I'm saying? I got y'all. Pop on the Best of Bias podcast. I'm here for y'all. We could talk together. Moving on, Paradise, man. Let's get into some cinema quarter. How did you guys like the finale of Paradise, dog? Spoiler alert, just for everybody that hasn't seen it, maybe, want to pause the podcast, go skip forward a little bit. But Paradise, 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 man. I was a late bloomer to Hulu's Paradise. I watched a lot of it. I got to binge episode 1 through 4, and then from episode 5 to 8. It's been a ride. It's been a ride. The ending, you guys, I didn't like the ending. I didn't like it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. A lot of people were like, "Oh, I like how it wrapped up. It all makes so much sense." Like, what? No. Everybody was trying to be Mr. Investigator. Oh, I know what's gonna happen. I know who it was. Was it the son? Was it the crazy girl Jen? Which did she actually flip and just kill the president on behalf of Sinatra? Was it Sinatra? Was it Billy? You know what I'm saying? We were thinking of all these things of what it could have been. Was it the dad? He had dementia. Maybe he went crazy, or he's only acting crazy, and the government or Sinatra had him kill him because he knew all the secrets type shit. No, none of that happened. It took us all the way back to the cameraman that tried to kill him while he was jumping in the helicopter. I get it. Circumstances happen. There's a riot in jail after everybody heard about the world was going to end, and he ended up getting out. That was a little unbelievable. Okay, that was a little bit unbelievable. Everybody was rioting, stabbing people, but they just let bruh go, just walk through the jail. It's fine. Stab somebody, takes the suit. I get that. And then he happens to find people that have access to the underground bunker, just walking around, just walking up a hill, steals it, and then ends up getting inside of the area. He goes in there, kills all the Secret Service, and hits dude in the head, hits the president in the head with some weird ass, big ass stick. Come on, bro. I get it. I get it. But it's like, that's a little too convenient. And then the whole fact where the girl goes and shoots Sinatra in the chest for not making her, well, I don't know if she wanted to become president in exchange for holding the daughter. You know what I mean? I don't know exactly what was supposed to happen in that exchange, why Jen flipped. But I don't know. They said that Sinatra shot her in the chest, or she shot Sinatra in the chest because um bro would have killed her. I forgot Sterling K. Brown's name right now. It's block Isaiah. I think his name was Isaiah. Was it Isaiah? No, it wasn't Isaiah. I don't know. If you watch Sterling K. Brown's character, she said that he would have shot Sinatra in the head if she wouldn't have came through and shot her in the chest. Looks like she missed her heart on purpose so that she can live, and then hopefully once she gets better, that she kind of does reinstate and give that crazy girl a higher position. I don't know, man. It just kind of ended a weird way. And then he ended up flying the airplane, leaving his kids again, going to try to find his wife and bring her back, I don't know. I don't know if he should be going by himself. I don't know how safe it's gonna be up there. What if he go out there in an airplane and the world is bombed and he's poisoned and die? He just hella confidence and took Sinatra's word off a recording. That could have been fake. See, I wouldn't have believed her off that recording in the first place. When she played my wife's voice, I'd have been like, nah, that's not real. That could be anybody. That could be anybody. He could have fabricated that just to get me to stop from doing what I'm doing right now. It's like he kind of folded way too quick. He folded way too quick, and I don't know. I don't know. It was an interesting concept. It was season 2. I don't know, man. I know everybody loved the show in the moment, but I kind of feel like they should just, if they're gonna do what they did there, I think they should probably just wrap it up there. I know we want to see if we can find the wife. I know, like, I don't know. Me personally, also, Billy's character was kind of for no reason. What's up with that backstory? Showing him be such a badass and go and beat the biggest, baddest nigga's ass. And then when it comes down to it, he gets poisoned and his story is over. That part I wasn't really too happy about. I don't know. I don't know. I just find it feel like nothing really got wrapped up. We know who killed the president, but Sinatra, how is everything gonna run if Sinatra's gonna be in jail? Well, maybe they don't know Sinatra's evil. No, yeah, they do because they announced everything. Because Sinatra got all the money, so how they gonna keep upkeep for the? I don't know. You guys be a judge. You let me know how you guys like Paradise. I did like it, man. I did like it. It was really suspenseful, especially episodes 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, yeah. Those was really cool, especially when Sinatra catches the daughter, has her on the phone. It's like, yeah, maybe I am evil. I was like, ooh, just shoot Sinatra, just shoot her. But she did a really good job. She does a really good job of being a villain or just an asshole in general. I've seen her in a couple of different things, but you guys check it out. Let me know how you feel. Uh, I give it an 8. I give it an 8 out of 10. A lot of these shows nowadays aren't really sticking the landing. I'm waiting for a show that has an amazing ending that I can go and just be like, fuck, that ended crazy. That ended crazy. But I still liked it. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But it didn't really land in the ending how I liked it. But check it out if you haven't. For all my anime heads out there, I've been kind of lacking. Ariel, aka, was supposed to be on this episode. It was supposed to be a lot less sports and pop culture, and we just gonna get right into the anime shit. We got some new animes that we both like. AKA's watched a lot more solo leveling than I have. But Sakamoto Days, I've been talking about a lot with you guys. Comes out every Saturday. It's like a new Netflix anime drops every Saturday. One of those ones, man. It's one of those ones, just like Dan to Dan, that they had to drop weekly because it was so fire. They didn't drop the whole season like they usually do. They're like, nah, we know what we got here. We're gonna drop this shit weekly. Y'all gonna like what I gave you, and y'all gonna be okay with this. Sakamoto Days is amazing. If you like One Punch Man, you'll like Sakamoto Days a lot. Toro Sakamoto is basically one of the best assassins in the world. I talked to you guys about this a little bit, but I'm gonna do it again for the Instagram live people. He's one of the best assassins in the world. He retires from the assassin world to become a family man. His wife, when he gets with her, he denounces all violence and he's like, "I'm not gonna be a hitman no more. I'm gonna settle down. We're gonna have this kid, and I'm gonna just own this convenience store, kind of like a 7-Eleven type of deal." Throughout the season, a whole bunch of assassins from the Assassins Guild he used to work with come back and try to kill him just because you know how when you're an assassin and you quit, there's always, for some reason, the agency you worked for wants to come and kill you just because they feel like you know too many secrets type shit. So unless you're working for them forever, they're gonna come back and try to kill you anyway. But little did they know, or well, they did know that Sakamoto was the rawest assassin there is. No matter what you do, no matter how raw the assassin you send after Sakamoto, he is way stronger, way better, way faster. Even though he used to be a skinny, in shape assassin dude, now he's just an unassuming fat old dude with gray hair. Anytime somebody tries to shoot him, fight him, he does any kind of move, super minor to make you miss, catching bullets, punching people in the face, super punches, knocking niggas through walls. But he does what he does. He promised his wife he'll never kill again. So everything he does just knocks the fuck out of people. You have snipers, assassins guilds, psychopaths coming out of him or coming after him. But all he does is usually just disarms them, talks them out of trying to kill him, and all the villains end up working for his convenience store. The first one that tried to kill him was this clairvoyant guy. His name was Shin Asukura. He worked with Sakamoto back in the days at the guild, but once Sakamoto retired, dude found him and he can read minds and shit. But he ends up respecting him so much that he just ends up working for him at the convenience store. Then this other girl comes and is getting chased by a mob, and then he comes in, saves her, and in repayment, she starts working for him. One of the best snipers in the world tries to kill him. Sakamoto just gives him some food, makes him his friend, and he starts working for him. It seems kind of jokey, but again, if you've seen Saitama and One Punch Man, the action in it is hella dope. It's dope ass action, but it's the main character, the protagonist, is so raw that nothing could ever happen to him, and you know that. So it's like he's just OP through the whole series, but it's really cool. Check it out, Netflix every Saturday. It's about 8 episodes out right now. And Solo Leveling right now is just on a whole nother level. No pun intended. It's like a mixture of a bunch of shows. Me personally, I feel like it's like Black Clover mixed with a little bit of Fire Force, mixed with a little bit of what else? I don't know. It's a world where all these people have powers that manifest into like magic powers and stuff like that. And there's different levels to the powers that you have. This one guy, the main character, he is a sorcerer, but his power is at the very lowest power. And they say once you're at that level and you get the powers at that level, you can never grow in level. So you just suck, basically. And the goal of these sorcerers are to kill demons, and based on the killing of demons, you get money and new armor and become a sicker uh what you call it, motherfucking sorcerer, I guess. But this dude is hella sorry, ends up getting stabbed up basically all the time. All he can really do is heal. Um, you know what I'm saying? So he just always gets fucked up on these missions to get these amulets to make him better. But he's just ass. So then all of a sudden he gets this power to level up and be hella raw as if he was in a video game, and he kind of sees the world as a video game now. His power and everything, his strength, his weapons and everything increase based on how he acts in this virtual game. He goes and kills a bunch of demons. He gets stronger and stronger. I'm not too far into solo leveling. I was hoping Ariel can get in here and shed a little bit more light on that, because I got to just far enough to where the dub stopped and it started, to be in Japanese. And I don't really got time to be reading the subtitles while I'm working and stuff. So haven't really gotten that far into it. But young Jinwoo Sung, he's going dumb, man. I really do like it. It's an interesting. I'm kind of indifferent about that anime style. You know what I mean? But it is one of the top animes right now. I was kind of reluctant to watch it because I'm watching so many animes. You guys know how it is if you watch animes. There's so many out there that have so many episodes, especially the most popular ones, that you can get kind of lost in the shit. But yeah, some of the newer aged ones, Dan to Dan again, Sakamoto Days, Solo Leveling, are taking the world by storm. So if you watch anime, you should check it out just to get a little, everybody knows the Power Five, the old ones that everybody watches, the go-tos. But if you need something new to watch and you haven't watched all that, go check it out, because there's plenty of action in it, and I think you'll love it. But AKA, man, next time we need to talk about some anime. We'll probably get you all here on the weekend or something. We can talk some anime. But what else we got? I'll save that. I'll save that for when we talk, because that'll be a topic for us for real. Goku versus the DCU. There was a topic out there on Instagram. Somebody said Goku from Dragon Ball Z can solo clear the DCU. So I think that may be the topic of what we talk about when AKA comes on. I think we'll try to get that out for Saturday, have a little bonus content, but we'll skip that for now. But Invincible and Reacher. If you guys are not watching anything right now, I do like to let you guys know what I'm watching, just so you guys can kind of, maybe catch on to something, have something to watch. A lot of shows were ending from the fall, so we're getting into a lot of the end of the fall shows, and all the spring shows are actually starting. I have been talking to you guys about Invincible season 3. This last episode was nuts, was fucking nuts. I don't know if this is the finale. I don't think it's the finale. I think it's one more episode after this. But this last episode, all the different marks from different what's the word? Realms came together and started fucking up New York and all the different major cities of the world, kind of setting up Invincible, making everybody think Invincible is going crazy, killing hundreds of thousands of people. And then Mark, along with all the other heroes of the world, had to go and try to stop all the Marks and Invincibles. Yeah, this kind of brought everybody's worst fear to light. Cecil was actually, preparing for the day that Mark possibly turned into his dad and just tried to destroy everybody in the world. So seeing all these Invincibles brought to this reality to do exactly what Cecil thought was going to happen one day was crazy to see. Luckily, Cecil was there to be able to help Mark, because if not, we saw Eve get her leg broken, even though I thought she should be able to heal her shit in the moment because she can just make shit out of atoms. But yeah, Invincible, Mark has been going through a lot of shit this season. He had to grow up really fast, man. He had to go from learning that he can't kill, also just kind of just learning about the morals of being a hero, and just the challenges of being a hero, being a boyfriend, a son, being all these other things besides a hero. We see all that, and then we also see him have to deal with being a Viltrumite. You know what I'm saying? He's just known for killing and so much damage in other worlds, if not him, his dad, his family, his beings, you know what I mean? So him go through all what he was going through as far as killing all the other marks, and then having to meet the big Viltrumite that came down to Earth and was trying to cause shit right after you had to finish all that shit. Yeah, it's gonna get epic, man. Shout out to everybody involved in Invincible. Ryan Otley, um, um, man, bro, that was doing Walking Dead. Kirk, yeah, man, I'm sorry, bro, I forgot your name, but you're doing a great job. Season 3, everybody's talking about the animation. I like it, man. It's dope. Rexplode, RIP, my guy. Rexplode, he's getting a bad rap. I still want to know how the immortal works. How come his head keeps getting chopped off and he's still alive? And Miss Multiply too. That's just kind of weird as well. But I don't know. We need some more heroes. We need Alan the Alien and Omni-Man to come back down to Earth and just help and set shit off and just, I don't know, just reconcile, man. Maybe the world sees Omni-Man save the world and just kind of reconsiders him. I don't know. He killed a lot of people, though. He did. I don't know. It's gonna be forgiven, but Invincible out on Amazon Prime right now. Go check that shit out. And Reacher season 3, you can watch Reacher if you want, man. I wouldn't super recommend it, but I'm not hating on it. Another show that's also on Amazon Prime. I don't really know whether to laugh at the show or take it seriously, and I don't know if they do either, because they got the Reacher being this superhero basically doing superhero shit, but it's supposed to be in super leveled and grounded show in actuality. But a lot of the shit that Reacher be doing is unrealistic. This fool flipped a car today. They got doors being locked. He just grabs the doors and just pulls them off the hinges. He is the biggest dude I've ever seen. I forgot his name, but it's Thad Castle from Blue Mountain State. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about after saying that. But yeah, he needs to be in the MCU before his muscles go away, because yeah, Reacher, he's basically a superhero, but it's kind of corny, bro. I get it. It's season 3. It needs to be the last season, and he just needs to transition to be some kind of superhero. Um, but yeah, I'm watching that, and the challenge is out right now. New season of Survivor. If you guys are reality people, challenge is it's rivals. It's whatever right now. I don't really like this season too much. It's All Stars rivals, so it's like the older people, not really the bigger competitors. The drama and yeah, the drama is more highlighted than the actual challenges and stuff. They're trying, but and then Survivor, of course, coming back. Survivor is doing their work out there in Fiji, season after season. If you guys like Survivor like I do, Survivor and the Challenge are my guilty pleasure. So if you guys want to check those out, those are both available on. I think the Challenge is on Paramount Plus, and I think also um Survivor is on Paramount Plus. Sorry, I got a stuffy nose right now. I'm sorry, that's gross. Woo! Sorry about that. But yeah, that's about it, man. That's the end of the podcast. Try to get it smooth as sweet and smooth for y'all, not too long. Um, but in May, y'all, if y'all gonna be at Dreamcon, shout us out. Best of Bias Podcast will be in the building. Me and Deshaun will be there representing. I'll probably be wearing my Best of Bias shirt. You know what I'm saying? If y'all gonna be there, you want some Best of Bias merch to represent in the building, because we will be rubbing shoulders with some of the biggest streamers out there. Houston, Texas, you know what I'm saying? So videos, plenty of interviews. We're trying to get some shit. We're trying to get some clips and stuff too. I say that all the time, but I'm gonna be really more adamant at this point, because I'm not going to this con by myself. TwitchCon was one where I should have had people with me and we doing our thing, but Comic-Con, I didn't really do it that big, but this one I'm gonna do it. TwitchCon, or excuse me, DreamCon is where it's supposed to be done. TwitchCon, or Dreamcon is where I'm gonna be around the people like me, where I need to be rubbing shoulders with them and learning everything I can. So I'm excited for that. So excited for that. And yeah, if you guys are in town in Houston at the convention center, we'll be there in the building May 30th through June 1st. So holla at us. And then let's see, oh yeah, lastly, gaming, man. We out here. The boys is back in town. P Nate's about to hop back on the Call of Duty, so we're gonna be on that soon. Marvel Rivals, of course, guys. We're gonna be on that all the time. Follow me on Twitch. We still on the road to 50 followers, so we become actual partners with Twitch and actually get these streams and put up clips and stuff for y'all. It's Lydell_Dinero 22 on Twitch. If you're looking for me on Marvel Rivals, I think it's just Lydell Dinero. So hit me up. We can play some games, get some content out there. And if anybody's actually wanting to join the team, looking to be in a pod or a producer, let's see, social media managers, you know how to work a YouTube, optimize YouTubes, anything like that, storybook writers, artists, any of that, holla at me. Trying to expand the team, get everything going more and more, because we're more than just a podcast. We're more than just merch gang. Yeah, we everything, man. We're trying to get some artists out here to get some more characters created, the comic book and the podcast story. A lot of stuff in the books. We just need more people to help accomplish the goal. That have the same vision as the Best of Bias podcast. We're looking for you. Do not be scared. We are ready to open up this beautiful media company to more and more special minds to help make this bigger and make it grow. So, so I know a lot of people like to keep their circle really tight and not like let too many people in, but you know what I'm saying? The more the merrier here, especially the people that I do know that are talented around me, that are really close to me, that are just afraid to tap me on the shoulder and be like, I want to be a part of it. So just ask, closed mouth, don't get fed. We can make something special potentially. So shout out to everybody. And also Damon, happy birthday, brother. March 6th was his birthday. So whatever day you listen to this pod, be sure to reach out and wish him a happy belated. Tell him Best of Bias podcast sent you. And that's pretty much it. If you guys want some merch, you know where to find it. Hit me up, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you find the pod at. But we can get that for you. More content coming. I'm telling you, I know it's just the same content every week, but we got it, bro. We gonna get something better for you. I want to get some skits going. Get some of these videos on the page. Follow us wherever you find your favorite podcast. SAC_Lydell on the Instagram. Patrick_Lydell on the Snapchat. You know where to find the pod. Best of Bias everywhere. Type in Best of Bias. You see the little growly on top of it. You know where to click. A whole bunch of videos on YouTube. AK does a great job. We have 260, 270 videos on the YouTube. Like, play, comment, click play on all of them. Let us know how you feel about them. Let us know what we missing. Let us know what topics we need to add. We love all the feedback, and we need all the feedback to help us grow. So if you're down to get down with the team, me and AKA are sitting here waiting. You know what I'm saying? We ready to take this thing to the next level. But till next time, thank you guys for being here. It's the Best of Bias podcast. I want to say it's episode 236. If I'm wrong, hey, shame on me, but it's the Best of Bias podcast. I'm Lydell Dinero. You're whoever you are. Family members, and stay true to yourself. It's the Best of Bias podcast. Where that theme song at? Just right here.
It's the best of Bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of Bias. Best of Bias. Yeah, it's the Best of Bias.